Hi, my name's Kate. I am a high school math teacher in the middle of my 19th year of teaching. For today's video, I wanted to share with you guys one of the resources that I'm finding that I am using a lot this year. And I wanted to share all the benefits with you so that you guys are not missing out on something that you think will work really well for you and for your students. The resource that I'm talking about are my mystery activities. So first, what are mystery activities? Well, the students are given a mystery. So they have this kind of mystery storyline, and then they have this clue page. So think of the board game Clue. It's very similar to that. So they have their clue page, and then they have all of their ways that they're going to eliminate their who, their where, and their when. And so the students are going to solve problem 1, and when they do that, they're going to find their answer on the clue sheet. And let's say that they thought their answer for number 1 was x equals 2. They're going to cross this out, and we know that first period was not when this, let's see, Wilhelmina Washington has math 4th hour before she arrived to class. She realized she lost her calculator. So we know that it was not found during first period. And then they're going to continue all the way through until they're done. And when they're done, they're going to have one who, one where, and one when that is not checked off, and that is going to be the answer to the mystery. So what is included in one of these mystery activities? Well, you are going to get, along with the teacher directions, you are going to get one of the resources that has the clue page and has 6 questions along with the answer sheet. You're also going to get a separate clue page and 9-question version. Again, answer keys come along with that. You are going to get another version that has 12 different questions for the students to answer, and also the answer key. And then the last version that you get has a total of 15 questions for your students to answer, again, along with the answer key. Now, I do want to say that when you are looking, so if we look at the 15 version of this, the answers for the mystery are going to be different for the 6, 9, 12, and 15 versions. So you're getting different answers for each of them, but what is the same is on my 15 version 1. So the first 6 questions are the 6 questions that are included in the 6-question version. The first 9 questions are the 9 questions that are included in the 9-question version. And the first 12 questions on this one are the 12 questions that are included on the 12-question version. For most of them. There are a few where thinking maybe my Pythagorean theorem one, where I have some Pythagorean theorem and some application, and I put the application at the end. So I added those in. But for the most part, the first 6 questions are included, are the same for all of them. The first 9 questions, the same for the 9, 12, and 15, and the first 12 are the same on the 12 and the 15 version. So let's talk about all the different ways that you can use this, right? I mean, yes, it can absolutely be used as homework, but there are so many other possibilities that these mysteries provide activities for. So the 6-question version, where the students are just answering 6 of these make really good warm-ups, entrance tickets, or exit tickets for you to do with your students. You can print them, back to back, or you could even project this part onto the board, and then you could give the students just this page and they can record all of their work. There's plenty of space for the students to do all of the work on these, and then they can turn this in as an exit ticket, or they can turn it in as a warm-up or as an entrance ticket. If you are in need of last-minute subplans, guys, let me tell you, these, especially the 15-question one, has been a great use for lesson plans because it gives the students, first of all, ample practice. Right? 15 problems over whatever topic. So here I have my solving systems of equations with substitutions, 15 when printed. And this is a great sub-activity because it's self-checking, right? If the students don't find their answer on here, that they know they did something wrong, right? If all of the who's happen to be checked off, they know that they made a mistake someplace, and so on. And then you don't have to do the work. You can just print the answer key if you want the sub to have the answers for, checking or for helping the students. So you can just print off, there's 15-question version, and you've got sub plans for your students. Another way that these are really helpful is for using these with remediation. So if you have students that just need a little extra practice with the quadratic formula, if you're doing stations, you can have a station where the students are working on this, or if you have a few kids that are coming in for extra help, you can print one of these. Here's my 12-question quadratic formula one, and you can just print these and just give the students extra practice just for those that need that extra remediation. One of the ways that I used the right triangle trig and inverse trig practice here was with my pre-calculus students. So at the start of second semester with our trig unit, we spent a very short, like half a period, going over teaching or reviewing sine, cosine, tangent, and the inverse. And so I had some students that were like, hey, I need some extra practice. So I just printed off one of these, like the 9-page or 9-question one is perfect. They've got 9 questions. You can print them back to back. And in fact, I just posted the answers on Canvas for them because it wasn't something I was doing as a grade. It was just something that students said, hey, can I get extra practice? So I had this, I was able to print it off for them, give them that extra practice, and they knew immediately if they were right or wrong based on whether their answers showed up here, based on whether, there was one who, where, and when that was not checked off. So being able to use this just when students want extra practice is really nice. So you could keep a couple extras around just for those kids that are like, hey, can I get extra practice because I want to make sure that I slay that next test. If you live anywhere that has any sort of questionable weather, so if you're living in the north and you guys have snow days and 2-hour delays, anytime you have 2-hour delays, these mysteries have been a time saver or an absolute saver for me, for my students. So with our schedule on a 2-hour delay, I see some of my classes for 47 minutes, but my classes attached to lunch, I still see them for an hour and a half. So how do you balance if you have, one class that you see for 47 minutes and another that you see for an hour and a half? How do you manage that, right? Without just having a bunch of downtime or feeling like one class gets ahead of the other. So my class that I see for 47 minutes, after we do the instructions and talk about a bunch of stuff, grade the homework and everything, we've got maybe 30 minutes left. So I just recently, not with circles, but we did actually the Pythagorean theorem one because my pre-calc kids still need Pythagorean theorem practice. So I printed the 6-question one for my classes that only met for 47 minutes and that they worked through this, and it was a perfect amount of time for the kids to work through this, to get it done after we did all of those other things. But my class that I saw for an hour and a half, I gave them the 16-question one, and they were able to work through all 16 problems with the quadratic formula. I had them work with each other. Now, it didn't take the full 90 minutes for them to do those 15 questions. They definitely had some downtime, but we had a few other things that we had to do. So being able to give 2 different classes, it's still, they still had that same practice. It was still the same concepts. It was still the same idea, but one class had only 6 questions to do and the other class had 15 questions. So having that ability in one resource to be able to print and use multiple lengths is phenomenal. And how can we forget differentiation, right? You've got those students that need less homework assigned problems or less classwork assigned problems, and these mysteries are perfect for that because they still get that core practice. Give them the 6-question one. If you're giving the rest of the class the 9 or the 12, give them the 6-question. It still looks the same. It's still those same first 6 problems, and they're still getting to do all of the fun, getting to still solve the mystery while being able to accommodate for having less problems to work through. So differentiation is done with these mystery activities for you guys. So if these mysteries are something that you think that you would be interested in trying with your students, you can check. I do have a link. You guys can try the solving systems of equations with substitution. I do have the 6-question one as a freebie, so you guys can check the description below and grab that freebie. If that's not something that you're teaching, I will also leave a link for all of the mystery activities that I currently have in my TPT store, so you guys can check those out. And if you follow my store, you can also save an additional 10% off of anything that you purchase. So you guys can go follow my store and then add one of these mysteries to your cart that goes along with what you are teaching, and then you can save 10%. So I hope you guys check these out. If you've used one of my mystery activities, or if you grab that free one and then use it with your students, please let me know, how did it go with your kids? Did they enjoy it? Did they like solving the mystery? I would love to hear how it goes for you and your students. So if you guys liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are interested in following along more with my journey as I teach and do all things mathy, please subscribe. I do upload videos every Friday, but you can hit that notification bell to be notified the next time a video goes live. I hope you guys have a mathy day. Bye.